Good evening, everybody. This is Infrared, and I'm walking so you don't have to. I'm walking at night so you don't have to. And tonight we're going to answer a slightly different question. How do you get from Carnegie Hall? So we're starting at 57th Street and 6th and a Half Avenue. 6th and a Half Avenue? You haven't heard of it before? It's something the city started 10, 15 years ago and encouraged buildings to provide pedestrian spaces and a corridor to walk through approximately halfway between 6th and 7th Avenues. And you can do this all the way from 57th Street to somewhere in the 40s. I don't know. Check it out for yourself. 57th Street, this part of 57th Street, also called Billionaires Row, because of luxury high-rises, high-rises, like 157, which has an art gallery and art on display in the street-level windows. And here, it's Tuesday, March 8th, 2022. And here we have the Russian Tea Room, and they're still calling themselves the Russian Tea Room because it is March 8th, 2022. It's about 9:30 in the evening. It's in the low 40s right now, but otherwise, a nice night in New York City. The Russian Tea Room, of course, being adjacent to Carnegie Hall. And here we are, Carnegie Hall having one of the more decorative sidewalk sheds around. And this is actually an entrance to, I don't know what the official name is of it, Carnegie Hall Towers or something. That's an express bus to Staten Island. And we're walking under the main entrance to Carnegie Hall. We're on 57th Street walking west. Carnegie Hall is at the corner of 57th Street and 7th Avenue. As I said, this is March 8th. Here's a poster for a concert that's playing tomorrow. And we're going to turn south on 7th Avenue. The closest subway stop, as you can see, is 57th Street and 7th Avenue on the NQRW. 1 block away is the 57th Street stop on the F. And another block away is the 59th Street Columbus Circle stop of the 1A and C and B and D. So Almost every subway line stops within a block of Carnegie Hall. So, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Easily. And how do you get from Carnegie Hall? Well, where are we going? We are going to walk south on 7th Avenue. Just pausing on the Red Eye Grill. I haven't eaten there in 24 years, so I can't really vouch for the food, but I always like their logo. Looks kind of Art Deco-y to me. And here we have what's now called the Park Central Hotel. It was in the 50s called the Sheraton Park Central or something like that. It was a Sheraton back in the 50s, and if the next time you watch The Honeymooners, watch the credits at the end, and I think one of the last, or the last credit is entire production supervised by Jackie Gleason Enterprises, Sheraton Park Central Hotel, New York. So, just a little bit of trivia, apocryphal or real. Here's the Wellington Hotel, 7th Avenue and 55th Street. I grew up upstate, and in my sophomore year in high school, we had a trip where we stayed in the Wellington Hotel for one night, and there was a piece of masonite that was filling in the gap between the room air conditioner and the windowsill, and one of my roommates tried to open the window and unintentionally, I think, allowed that masonite gap filler to fall out of the windowsill and like 10 stories below ground. No one was injured. Thank you. I'm talking to a car service car that almost ran me over. So, what kind of nightlife do we find on 7th Avenue at 9:30 on a Tuesday night? This is unusual, kind of out of place. Tractor trailer, which is designed to carry municipal solid waste or regular household or commercial garbage. Here, the Sheraton, New York, but when it was built in the early 60s or late 50s, it was named the Lowe's Americana. And a Shake Shack. We're at 7th Avenue and 53rd. This, among other things, is where Mayor Michael Bloomberg had his election night party when he was running for re-election for a third term, which he won. So again, the Sheraton, New York, current name, but originally opened as Lowe's Americana. Rosie O'Grady's Saloon, the daughter of Rosie O'Grady, made famous by Bugs Bunny. All-state demolition. That sounds ominous. You may notice as we walk south, the lights in the distance are getting brighter because we are walking towards Times Square. Here we have a facade of a Citibank branch being modernized. Stuff like this you can only see at night. Here we are at the back of the Winter Garden Theater. Let's check out the front of the Winter Garden Theater. Is this a line of people to get into the Stardust Diner? Do they know something we don't? Is this place fantastic?
How many?
I guess they are. All right. We are heading west on 51st at the intersection of Broadway. 7th Avenue and Broadway are less than a half block apart at this point. Where's the theater for Wicked? Well, all right, as long as we're up here. We're on Broadway now, and here we have, I guess it's competing for world's longest billboard. So, a Haddad's truck, meaning there's a film shoot taking place here. Got the Made in New York logo. Look, a Duane Reade. This place is pretty new. I've never seen it before. So, this is closed for the night. Anyone in the mood for a donut? All right, more Haddad's truck. The Broadway Theater. We're walking north on Broadway, and we're approaching 53rd Street, and across the street is the Ed Sullivan Theater, which is currently the home of what show? What show? And so the Late Show is taped here, and it's almost 10 o'clock at night. But if there was a show being taped this evening, it's long over. Let's see. And the Ed Sullivan Theater. This is it. This is as much as we're going to see. The souvenir store that David Letterman used to make fun of on his show. We're hitting all the high points tonight. We are crossing Broadway, heading east. Crossing nicely upgraded bike path, protected bike path. I mean, this has it all. It's protected by a floating parking lane. It has a further buffer zone between the cars and the bike lane. And then it has this pedestrian safety zone area and city bike. Well, what more could you want? Okay, just want to get this artwork, and it's 1700 Broadway. When the MTA was created in 1968 or thereabouts, this was their first headquarters location. So in addition to the Haddad's truck, we have this KAS lighting. KAS is Kaufman Astoria Studios. And they have a separate lighting division. Silver Cup Studios, which is also in Long Island City. has a separate lighting division, which is also in Long Island City. So we're heading south on Broadway. We're approaching Times Square. We are actually most immediately approaching 52nd Street. Oh, the Gentlemen's Club. I think this used to go by a different name. But hey, what's a Gentlemen's Club by a different name? More trucks for the shoot that's taking place. Look, a souvenir store in Times Square. And another. McDonald's. I think in this location, maybe 50 years ago, was a Howard Johnson's. There are people still waiting to get into the Stardust Diner. Okay, and the Music Man just opened. I have not seen any reviews of it. I don't know whether the critics think it's good or bad.
It was kind of like a D1.
Well, look, taking pictures of people taking pictures. Souvenir shop. So, luggage. Do people come to Times Square to buy luggage? Do people load up on so many souvenirs that they need to buy luggage? Authentic New York restaurant, Applebee's. Only in New York. Alrighty. Wicked.
Okay, so you will give father.
Oh, yeah, of course. Until she finishes it off. Okay.
Well, let's take advantage of this expanded pedestrian area with tables and chairs. Oh, now this is new. Juniors. An outpost of juniors in Times Square. And this is Caroline's Comedy Club. But I don't remember what used to be here. It wasn't Junior's. It was some other really big restaurant. It might have been Ruby Dee's, a Chinese restaurant chain. Now I'm curious. Anyway, the original Juniors is at DeKalb Avenue in Brooklyn. It's still there. It is being overshadowed literally by the construction of the tallest building in Brooklyn ever. And with apologies to the office, here's authentic New York pizza. This tells when the next buses leave from near here, but the display doesn't last long enough for you to go down the list of many bus routes and find out which one is one that you can use. So another souvenir and luggage store. And posters for the Music Man adjacent to NYPD surveillance cameras. When is my bus leaving? Bubble tea in Times Square. And talk about authentic New York Italian meals.
What's up, Big Daddy? Big Daddy?
Not talking about Mama Leone's. That was a tourist trap of the 70s. I'm talking about authentic Olive Garden. Oh, and this is new since I was last here. So, sorry. But I've got to check out what to me is the newest Krispy Kreme in New York. See, now, I didn't know you could buy take-home bags of Krispy Kreme coffee. All right, now I know where I'm going to do my holiday shopping. I can't believe there's a line of people waiting to get Krispy Kreme donuts, but you see it for yourselves. Here's one of my favorite NYPD cars. It's only marked on the sides, not marked on the front or rear. So it's a marked, unmarked car. Pedicab. I'm not going to suggest how they got their names. Back walking south on Broadway again. One last look at Krispy Kreme. Okay. And along with upgrading the bike infrastructure, At ground level, the city installed these bicycle traffic signals.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can walk on up, show your appreciation.
I think we have a live performance coming up here.
Make a dream. 20 is our lucky number, 100 is our dream. Because one day you guys will see us in one of these Broadway shows. And you'll be paying $100 each. Here we go. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is never too late to donate. And thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. How about you, my baby? I love you. Yes, we have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We take food stamps, EBT, MasterCards. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
A Starbucks in Times Square. I guess.
You got $10 from Dallas, Texas. Make some noise. I love Dallas. Thank you so much.
Do visitors want to take home drawings of yellow cabs? Is it because they think yellow cabs are iconic for New York, or they're interested in it like they're interested in an endangered species? Okay, this is the original location of the TKTS half-price Broadway, off-Broadway ticket booth. The original location, the facility itself, has undergone several upgrades. Oh. I've never seen this before. I think they're making cryptocurrency here.
This boy said he was over me and wanted me.
Father Duffy Square. And Father Duffy. And not. All right. This is a public safety officer provided by the Times Square Alliance or Times Square Business Improvement District. just a few minutes ago, this officer was obliging several tourists by posing with them for photos. So let's just get a sample of the advertising and other kinetic activity here. Pedicab drivers are among the most honest people in town. Everyone knows that. Only there was something interesting here. Classic soubrette. Another McDonald's? There was one just 5 blocks from here. And a Starbucks, and a Dwayne Reed. So here, just beyond the COVID testing van, is the ABC studio where they broadcast Good Morning America or something like that. Well, as if we didn't know where we are, but let's get oriented again. Where are we? Where's Times Square? Keep moving. St. Patrick's Day is coming soon. Thank you for stopping and letting me cross. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that could possibly be. All right. Let's cross over to the east side once more. By the way, Bubblegum Shrimp Company. Oh, it looks like it's closed and it's being converted to something else. The worst, I want to say it's the worst meal I've ever had in a restaurant, but I never received my meal. So maybe just the worst experience I've had in a restaurant. I think that saxophonist only knows one tune. All right, so for for anyone who watches Good Morning America and wonders what it's like looking into the studio from outside, I don't even think you can see anything through here. I've never seen this show, frankly. No comment. Ooh, Jollibee coming soon. I think it's from the Philippines. There's been one in Woodside, Queens for several years. All right, let's take one more look. Their specialty is fried chicken. Duh. Oh, this is nice. This is Armed Forces Recruiting Station. And, well, of course, when you're done recruiting, what do you want? You're hungry. What do you want? New York's best hot dog. Right here. And right here we have, I think there's an NYPD. Oh, duh. Yeah, right there. NYPD has some presence here in Times Square. NASDAQ hasn't had such a good week so far. One of the more colorful subway entrances in the city. And now this sign is incomplete because it doesn't list the B, D, F, or M, nor does the more traditional standard subway sign over the entrance. Needs to be upgraded, updated. All right, let's take one last look north at and to Times Square. Oh, sorry. From the safety of these bollards, if that's what they are. Biggest bollards I've ever seen. Okay. Just a little bit of the activity in Times Square tonight. We're at 7th Avenue, Broadway, and 42nd Street. This is looking east on 42nd Street. This is looking west on 42nd Street. And finally, looking south on 7th Avenue. And I think with that, this is a good place to end tonight's walk because as you can see, you can catch many trains here. And two of the trains that are running right now and can be boarded from this station aren't even listed. So, thanks for spending this part of the evening with me. This is Infrared, And this is what you've been watching.